seeing Shoba today?
And like I'm speechless, and like I'm out of words because this guy is terrible,
We get to court, emotions are high because the family now feels we've waited for far too long. We need to get on with this matter and get it out the way. But there were certain rules that we needed to abide by. The judge made an interesting, judgment in terms of how the media was going to kind of navigate around reporting on this particular story. And amongst, the order that he gave, or the list of things that we needed to abide by, was not filming the witnesses while they're on the stand giving testimony. We are all anticipating the testimony of the state's star witness. It has always said, we are always ready. Our star witness is in prison. He's going nowhere. He'll be there for 20 years. So we are ready. And that's one of the testimonies we're looking forward to hear. What caught my attention with her was just how she was dressed. All black. She had this big black summer hat, and she was wearing glasses, sunglasses. The black t-shirt that she wore had Tshegofatso Pule's face on it. So it kind of set the tone around the evidence that we were going to hear. Tshegofatso having received contact from two different phones. One, she was receiving threats.
She was getting threats that Tshegofatso must leave her man.
These are the messages said to be coming from two different women.
Then she said that she is HIV positive and Tshegofatso must go get tested. And yeah, she said that, and then Tshegofatso blocked the number.
And the other one is where there was a bogus interview that was being organized for her, which she needed to attend.
What I saw, the SMS was from a lady named Zandile or Zanele, and she was asking if Tshegofatso is looking for a job.
In fact, on the 29th of May, Tshegofatso was supposed to go to this bogus job interview. She saw the messages. And if you remember, at the time Tshegofatso was unemployed. This is May, when she was 7 months pregnant. She had left her job. Obviously, she was unemployed and quite frustrated that there are certain things that she couldn't do for herself. But now there was this interview that she needed to go to, but was quite unsure about whether or not she should go there.
It's a makeup job, basically. What she would need to do is teach people how to do the makeup and home tutorials. But she'll be working from home because it was locked down.
Firstly, there were a lot of questions around. It's locked down. Why would you have a job interview at a restaurant, at a McDonald's restaurant, right? Some of these things are restricted. So there were a lot of questions around, is it even a real job interview? The credibility around this thing was under huge scrutiny.
She asked Tshegofatso to confirm if she's interested again so she can send the interview details. Tshegofatso then replied and said, confirmed. Then Zandi Zanele sent the message scheduling an interview for 11 to 12 at McDonald's Omonde, the south of Johannesburg. But she would need to be there 2 hours before. And
then on the day, Tshepiso says, she also then received a message from the Zanele or Zandile, that's how she puts it, who says she's running late. but there's a grey Jeep that is waiting for Tshegofatso that she needed to get into. In his guilty plea last year, Malefane told the court that he was instructed by Ntutuko Shoba to pick up Pule from a McDonald's outlet on the 29th of May and take her to his flat. But she did not pitch. He said Shoba had arranged an employment interview with a certain lady. So that is about 6 days before she was murdered. Particularly, I remember her testimony was around, the night of the 4th of June. This is the night Tshegofatso went missing. And how she left. So Tshegofatso left to go visit Ntutuko Shoba. They were putting together a list of baby clothes that they couldn't get the previous week, which was the 30th of May. They couldn't get. So she was testifying around Tshegofatso getting there, and Palesa says around 9 o'clock she spoke to Tshegofatso.
Could you establish as to where she was physically? At whose place was she?
And then I'm go Shoba, go Westlake, go Florida.
Tshegofatso was already at Ntutuko Shoba's flat in Florida, the Westlake complex, and she remembers how she overheard in the background Ntutuko Shoba.
During this conversation, except her, did you manage perhaps to speak to anybody else who was also present with her on the other side?
Shoba na background, and then abang tumedisa bikrai utumedisa Shoba.
They spoke at around 9 o'clock.
After this phone call, did you ever speak to her again? Now, on the Friday, that is the 5th of June, 2020, man. Did you at any stage try to call her on that specific day?
Phone is 5th of June. Phone nearing a fail.
On the Saturday, that is now the 6th of June. Did you manage to have contact with her on that day, man?
Phone is ya ringa, kafuna hape ya ringa, and then the third time hakifuna ebe setitimile.
On the 5th and the 6th, did you at any stage get any phone call from Mr. Shoba inquiring about Ms. Pule's whereabouts? On the 5th and the 6th, did he at any stage come there and physically come to the place to inquire as to the whereabouts of Ms. Pule? Did you manage to call him again, man?
Dile ka mo phonela hape ha ke mo phonela ke le kontlung la mathomo ke mmoditse hape ka re Shoba o re gotsagetseng cause of Tshegofatso lona le wena a ba re no wile a tsamaya ebe ke re ko yene Shoba I hope o mplele maka hore o tse ka ya ko Florida ko police station hore lo bula case.
She even called Ntutuko to say, look, I'm at the police station opening a missing persons case. And Ntutuko went to the police station where they opened the missing persons case. But largely, Palesa Sinukwane's testimony and evidence was around those days, speaking to Tshegofatso late in the evening, around 9 o'clock. So according to my understanding, Tshego might have gotten to the house or to the complex at around 6 o'clock, right? And then around 9 o'clock, she spoke to Palesa Sinukwane. And later when she did not return home, later at the weekend, they then went to open a missing persons case. The next person to take the stand would be Muzigaisa Malefane. This was a big moment. This was a big moment because finally it gets to happen. He is the state star witness. He's in court. And obviously, because this is the man who is supposed to reveal what he believes is the truth. This is the man who brought us all here. He said, there's a mastermind, and I was instructed by the mastermind.